It is CEVO main playoff action. Team SiNister versus Mortality eSports. I'm Pat Sabo Flanagan. With me is Dustin Moret. Dust, the action pistol round is underway. And Mortality eSports is going to be rocking T-side, pushing that banana.
Yeah, they are. They've already eaten a lot of nade damage, actually, though. Paul Newman down to 18. Sick and Shinobi also took some of that nade damage as well. So definitely some stuff going on. You can see a fake being thrown. Vice looks like he's setting up a smoke to throw towards Moto Rap to make them think it's a mid hit, and then they're actually going to hit B off of it. Or at least that's what it looks like to me based on how Vice is lining this up.
Yeah, you see the camera's just locked on to Vice, standing, waiting forever. I guess they want some information, some tell, but look, SiNister not moving. Shots are being fired in the back, though. Mainstream gets really aggressive. He's your dominant entry fragger, doing some reverse entry frag work. Uh-oh, our cameraman disconnected. That could be a problem. Let me take control of the camera myself as I look at Shinobi leading the way for Mortality eSports into the B bomb site. Dust shots being fired. We got one at New Box. Gonna get one kill. Tease having a hard time. They're down to one player. That's Vice, all alone with the bomb, hiding in the corner, and he's going to get shut down by a three-man retake. What went wrong in that time?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, they lost a guy just on alt mid, just kind of lurking around, and they didn't get anything out of that. And then when they went for the actual B hit, they got shut down. Sin was able to get a couple of kills there from inside the B bomb site, and just do their standard site smokes that you would execute, that you would throw whenever you're executing the B bomb site there on CT spawn and such. And it didn't really do them a lick of good. The two guys that were already playing there just able to hold it down, and you can already see the upgrades here. P90s on Sin and a deal. An auto snipe shotgun on a Todar. So definitely, you know, buying up some of these SMGs and shotguns here. Mortality, of course, going to get the Tech 9s and armor. It looks like they are once again thinking about just rushing this B bomb site here, but so far being held off by some of these nades here from Sin.
Yeah, B site's got a duo of two P90s holding it down. So I guess the idea is just to make a kill zone there and then mow them down with the P90 bullets. They're at the right spot. One player, looks like Gormango, has rotated, quick rotate towards B, expecting something. He's just going to stay in a highway. Bomb, real slow play for Mortality eSports. Bomb just sitting outside of Banana, getting ready to push while Vice tries to find some information. They got to get the tell before they go because they got that gun disadvantage.
Yeah, they try to smoke out CT spawn. Sin will just immediately start wrapping around over to the spools here, but with that happening, Paul Newman able to catch a deal by himself. Sin has now made that rotation to spools, and he is able to get a kill there, and the rest of the rotation coming in as well. So Ye left all alone here in a 1 versus 3 with the bomb, and we'll see if he can make a miracle happen.
I don't know about that. He's got a Tech 9 and a P90 available as well. Armor, 74 health. They know where he is. Outside shot. He didn't stand a chance. One player in the front, one player in the back, and then another one guarding in sight. 2-0.
Right. I mean, that was just, you know, SiNister, Mortality, obviously just on a save there, trying to bunch up Banana, trying to make something happen there. But it just didn't work out. You know, they got that smoke on TT spawn, which actually forced Sin to wrap around construction, which was like that small little timing window where there was just kind of one defending B, and they were able to take advantage of that for a little bit. But once Sin did get around to spools, he was able to get back into the round, and the rotation came in, and they were able to eventually shut that out. So basically, Mortality will take a full save here, you know, and then make sure they can get the buyout next round. On that normal buying schedule. Todar has his auto shotgun pushed up in the bedroom, and boom, he'll take out Ye with the headshot. And Ye actually looks like he was lagging a fair amount there, so I'm hoping he'll get that sorted out.
That is money right there. 2K with the shotgun. He missed the first shot. I thought Todor was going to be in deep trouble, but no, he makes up for it with a 2K. Look at Gormango. Walks right into mid like he owns the place, picks up 2 kills himself to finish it off. That's going to be 3-0 Team SiNister. But, I mean, Dust, as you said, that was a massive save round right there for Mortality eSports, rocking default pistols. That was supposed to happen. The game begins now.
Yeah, exactly. This is where I want to see what Mortality has up their sleeve. I mean, Sin is going to have the op now. Looks like he will kind of shift more over towards the A side of the map now that he has an op, and so that means that Todar will kind of slip over into that default B position. They're getting pretty aggressive here at Car to start things off, and Sin definitely putting himself out there at mid with the op. He'll get flash and forced to fall back, and now he'll actually transition to Apartments. Not the first place you expect that op to rotate to, so that definitely could catch Ye off guard if he does eventually decide to kind of shoulder peek these Apartments. Yeah, he's chasing after Mainstream, who's playing that boiler. In the meantime, Bomb's just kind of positioned still at T stairs, a couple playing passively towards B for the T side. So I guess just looking for picks at this point, and maybe setting up for something here soon.
Well, Ye takes some shots. He gives his position away as he works towards Mainstream at boiler. Mainstream peeks in, gets the headshot. I mean, Mainstream, he's such a good entry fragger, and he's playing that role now, even as CT, getting super aggressive, peeking these corners at the right time. So now the man advantage belongs to SiNister CTs, and that is an absolutely huge advantage because T's, they're just not able to make any of these trades.
Yeah, I mean, the one good thing they have going for them is that they still will get like a 4v3 take here on the A bomb site. You see them setting up some smokes to go over towards the pit here, and they're also smoking off the arch side. So they really want to hit this lane pretty heavy, and that's exactly what they're going to go for here. So let's see if they can get it done. They did get one kill. They do have pit smoked off.
Well, with Mainstream, that's a big deal for Mango. Trying to do work, gets one, ends up getting killed. The bomb is going to get planted. Another kill. Compliments of Paul Newman puts us into a 3 versus 1. Damn near unwinnable. If only Adil knew how hurt these guys are. Look at this, Dust. I mean, 9, 10, 31. Shinobi would be the real threat, but Adil doesn't know this, so he's going to back off. He's only got a FAMAS. Save it.
Not only that, but even if he did know, as far away from the action as he was when the bomb went down, like the amount of time that's killed whenever you actually are making the rotation on that bomb timer, and then you have to find all 3 people probably. It's just a really hard situation to be in. So definitely just wants to take the save here. That's the sure thing, right? And just a good recovery from Mortality. They suffer an opening pick inside the Apartments, and then right after that, they're able to, get those smokes up on the lane side, block off pit, get a guy out balcony with a good smoke that lands on that truck, and just a good lane execution from them through and through to get the round.
Yeah, it's absolutely good stuff. And to elaborate on your point you were making, keep in mind, this is Inferno. If you don't follow Counter-Strike very well, maybe you're one of our Call of Duty viewers, this is one of the hardest maps to retake. And when you're in a 3v1, it generally just is not going to happen. Now you see another slow play. Ye's going to go ahead and try to take Apartments control. No one's in Apartments right now, so he has that control whether he knows it or not. Todor sitting there outside. I think he's by pit. Mainstream's near boiler. Same position he played last time around.
Yeah, now Sin's actually shifted back over to B since he doesn't have the op, so that means that Todar is going to be back over there towards the Apartments again. So definitely Sin moving around quite a lot depending on the gun he has on his back rather than having like very set finite positions on their CT side. So that is definitely something to maybe keep an eye on. But here we do see Mortality lining up for a heavy B execute. Shinobi going to have that incendiary. Going to try to use that to land inside the site and get out. Orange is cleared.
I love these kind of takes with all the fire. Look at Sin, though, doing work with the FAMAS. He's going to get a kill, but there is a trade. Bomb's still not making it into the site. There's the critical kill right there. Player number 1, that's going to be Gormango. First one into the site. Walks around construction. Look at this. 1, 2 kills. The bomb's planted, but site's clear.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a standard B hit, really. Just getting that smoke on CT spawn. A lot of teams also love committing, Molotovs or whatever to clear out oranges or to clear out the back triple box, just to flush people out, put them in awkward space, and give yourself a better chance to pick somebody up instead of them, like, hiding. It's also one less spot you have to clear when you're taking the side as well, which is all good. And they were able to get enough entries to get in there and get the bomb down, but once that rotation came in, they couldn't handle that, and so they will fall apart at the end, but still have guns though, at least because of the bomb plan.
Yeah, I mean, interesting point there. The first gun round ended up going over towards Mortality. I thought we were going to see a big shift in momentum, but no, SiNister takes it right back, and we're in yet another gun round now, thanks to, as you said, that bomb plan and the extra money it generated. But Mortality eSports, if they don't win this round, they're really going to be financially screwed as they set up for same basic play. Yay. Backed up by Shinobi, taking apps control. I like what they do. They do just a very standard default play every single round. But so far, Well, I mean, you look at the score, 4-1 on Mortality's map pick. Not going so well yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about getting map control. If you can get CTs out of apartments so they can't play aggressive to get information, you take car control. You don't allow CTs to basically lock you out of putting any numbers at banana. Because this allows so easily for someone to rotate off of B early and play 4A. If you can get, banana control and just kind of stick one there, then keep an eye on it. So definitely Mortality exercising a lot of map control. It certainly helps out. And they're sending some numbers here at B, yes, just trying to hold off the rotation so they can get this 3 or 4v3 execute here. Once again, up that lane side, but this time SiNister is taking care of it. Wow, didn't drop a single player, as a lot of different guys got a chance to get some action on that. Todar with 2, Mainstream and Gormengo with 1 apiece. So definitely this time shutting down that lane execution for Mortality.
Yeah, Vice, he's the in-game leader for Mortality over there, ends up calling the fake. The guys, you all 4 go towards A, I'm going to go towards B and make a distraction. But I was watching the big map the entire time, and nobody really rotated. Nobody was sold by all the flashes and the gunshots that Vice was doing. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think in that situation, you either need 2 players or maybe some decoy grenades. Make a lot more red dots appear on that radar screen to sell the rotate. Because if it's just one guy, I really don't have a reason to go and check it out.
I wonder if that was more of just them making sure no one extra off of B rotated. Because like I said, this is a map where CTs love to float over one player to A and have 4A as much as possible. So just by having some presence doesn't allow someone to rotate off of B, keeps 2 locked in there. And I think that's really more of the purpose of what they were trying to do rather than just selling an all-out fake. But we are going to see an eco rush here from Mortality, trying to push through a smoke here. Gonna just line up for a deal with that AK. Sin will clean up the last 2 as well. And so we have a 6-1 lead here for SiNister on the CT side. So far, it has definitely been Mortality who have struggled to find something here on the T side.
There were 2 things with that, right? There were 2 smokes that were thrown, so that kind of extends the length of the smoke when they push through. So I think they got a little bit distracted and disoriented going through that smoke. And 2, the flashbang just wrecked them. So all you saw were completely blind T's slowly walking through the smoke disoriented. It was kind of an easy B-site defense for Sin and Adil.
Right, and so once again, we are going to see Mortality just kind of playing the same setup. Yay, trying to get those apartments mainstream, though. Playing pretty aggressive here inside the boiler. A smoke is up, blocking off Todar from being able to get anything there. In the meantime, we are seeing Shinobi bring that bomb over towards Banana with Sick and Vice. Paul Newman patrolling the mid. And same real basic CT setup as well from SiNister. So not much has really changed on most of these gun rounds. It's been about the same. And once again, it's going to be Mortality trying to take mid. And you have to think they're still going to want to keep pressing this lane. They've had success there once. Last time they did get shut down, but no.
Maybe Arch.
Yeah, they're actually putting some emphasis here on wrapping around Moto, and Gormengo going to get caught in awkward positioning, but Sick also caught in midair, and Gormengo gets 2 nice kills there on the Moto.
That's so bad. Gormengo's going to fall back into sight. The bomb's still just outside of mid, backing off. Calls made, you know what, let's go ahead and take this thing towards B. You've got 1 player, that's going to be Ye, in position to wrap around. Gormengo peeks him, shoots him in the back, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 4. T's have to do something, and look, they're pushing through smoke. Very dangerous. Shots are fired. Vince is out. Adil smoked. Yeah, if Adil just pushes it through the smoke, it's going to be all over here. Vice dealing with Sin. Sin by Nubox in the corner. Shinobi dead. Bomb down in the smoke. It's up to Vice. Can he do it? No, not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Mortality just got completely shut down there by Gormengo. Gormengo's really the hero of that round. And look at him this game, 14-1. So he's definitely just had an incredible game. And just that Moto wrap hold there by himself with the hat trick was certainly impressive. A little bit unfortunate, though. Sick was the first person to fall, and it's because he got caught. Like, he was, like, jumping around. I don't know if he was trying to jump into Arch to avoid the guy wrapping Moto and just didn't beat the timing or whatever, but he just got caught completely exposed. And then after that, Gormengo pops off 2 more cool frags, and it's pretty much all done at that point. Like, the desperation 2-man hit Banana, but that wasn't ever really going to work, was it? So definitely just a tough hand so far for Mortality, as this is like another save round that's just being mopped up quite quickly.
Yeah, it's 7-1. Gonna go 8-1 real fast in favor of SiNister. Keep in mind, last time these teams met, it was a 5-16 blowout in favor of Mortality eSports. That was on a different map. It was on Overpass, and just like that, the anti-eco. Winds up with a big success for Team SiNister, taking the win, 8-1 as predicted. Let's just look at this money real quick. It's, well, now we're at max money for Mortality eSports, so it's not that bad.
Problem is like their money got reset, and after they won round number 4, then lost round 5, so that reset their money, so that definitely put them in another save situation. So they've had quite a fair amount of gun rounds, though, actually, this half, but they've only been able to convert one of them. And I mean, it seems like and it seems like they have an idea of how they want to play the map. I mean, you can definitely see their default and how they like to take banana and apartments control. You can see the mid hits they like to incorporate, and obviously they have the standard B stuff as well, but they're overloading the apartments this time around.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen them do something other than their standard. Probably a good call because standard is just not working at all. 4 players in apartments. Shinobi's going to be sitting here in mid. And now here we go. Waterfall out. 1 kill. Wow. Look at Mainstream and Gormango, though, doing some more work. They're out, though. Paul Newman and Pitt along with Ye. Bomb's going to get dropped in the middle. It's a 2 versus 3. It's winnable, but these guys are pinned in. It's such a bad situation. Pitt's strong, though. Ye gets 1 kill. Now the odds are even. Smoke it off. They should get a bomb plant. Just got to watch for Sin. Oh, nice that smoke.
Yeah, that smoke pretty much saved the day. And now we have ourselves a 2v2 situation here. Deal trying to come around the Moto. He's got Sin over on truck. That fire definitely knows Ye's inside the site. So Deal can definitely just walk around the corner. He grabs that kill, so it's all up to Paul Newman.
Just got to play that bomb timer. The smoke. Now they know. 1 kill. Surprise. Peekaboo from above, and there's the defuse.
Yeah, just barely grabbing that, though, and Mortality, you know, just trying to overload the apartments, you know, trying to do something different, as you said, but there was a really dangerous crossfire going on there with one guy playing top balcony and one guy playing inside the site, and it actually didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Mortality did get some entries and get into the pit, and they even got a 2v2 out of it, so that definitely went a lot better than I thought it would based on how the CTs were positioned and thinking about how they were just kind of coming out naked from apartments, but you know, still unable to capitalize on the round there. But they do get a bomb plant, so they are going to be able to put together another full buy here, especially thanks to that maximum loss bonus on top of the bomb plant, so lots of money rolling in. You can see the full nades and armor and AKs across the board here, and once again, they're looking to sniff their way in the mid, see if they can't find something over there.
You know, last time we saw Team SiNister playing, it was all about Mainstream against Team Venom. This time, Gormango, 16-0, just 2 deaths as we go into round 11. The man's on fire, setting himself up to be the MVP of the map and perhaps even the match. This time around, another heavy A stack. Instead of overloading apartments, though, they're going to overload mid. Looks like might be a 4-man push up mid. Here comes Gormango's trying to hold down the position. Him and Mainstream got the crossfire from hell to get multiple kills. Finally, there's the breach. A Deal quickly rotates in, shut down. Where's the bomb going to go? They can do anything. They can go to B, they can go to A. But they're wasting time.
Yeah, they're going to Arch right now, and Sin's the only person that's between them and the B-bomb side at this point, trying to play underneath the gazebo here. Yeah, he does catch the kill on the Ye, but unfortunately he can't make the 180 to catch anyone else, so B-bomb side completely open. The bomb will get planted. They're also going to get a smoke down as well. One will flank B, the other is behind the smoke and seek the spawn. Think of what?
Splitting your team up like that, one-on-one.
I mean, I think it was just the fastest way to rotate for Todar, was to do it this way. And I think that it just comes down to being there quickly as you can, trying to beat the bomb timer.
The obvious smoke, or the obvious grenade in the dark. There it is! Site's almost cleared. Todor peeks around the corner. Juking! What's gonna happen? Todor with the kill.
Just enough time to defuse as well. It's going to be close, but he just got it. Wow.
Right
if Paul Newman stays alive for just one more second, then all of a sudden that's a different round.
0.1 seconds remaining according to the CS bot.
Yeah, wow.
Doesn't get much closer than that.
No, not at all. And so it is a 10-1 lead for SiNister. And I mean, Mortality have actually had quite a few instances when they've been able to get bomb plants, but I guess it's just they lose so much in the process of getting the site and getting the bomb down, and then they struggle to hold the retake many of the times, to be honest. So, I mean, I think their T side probably has been a little bit better than what the scoreboard reflects as far as their initial executions, but like I said, just really struggling to close out rounds, whether it be holding off a retake or what have you. So yeah, they're gonna get another full buy here, of course. That maximum loss bonus still in effect. You know, getting that bomb plant, you combine all that together. That's what $4,200 a player at that point. So you know, money is not an issue, but finding victories is. And at this point, they're just losing way too many rounds. I feel like they need to win out just to have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Mortality eSports, I really don't know what to do over here.
Oh, they're just running right. Oh, okay. Woo. They almost all
Wow.
just ran right by Gormengo, but eventually Sit caught on.
Watch for mainstream, though. Check it out. He's in a bomb site. He actually was in a really good position to make some kills, backs off, is able to find Sick, no problem. Does more work, gets another kill. That's going to be Paul Newman going down. Bomb sites in control of the T's, though. We're going to get another plant, 3 versus 1. This really ought to be a really easy victory. Sin, though, with the op, does the unthinkable. He tries to do the 1v3 retake. Takes some shots. Surprise from Library.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well go for it. There with the amount of money and the amount of victories you have, it's no loss. And any guns that you can get down from Mortality is going to force them to rebuy. And then, you know, if their money gets reset from losing this round, all of a sudden they're back to saving late in the half. So definitely makes sense you go for it there. I will say there was one little mistake though from from Team SiNister that round. That was Todar, who actually had control of the pit, but then kind of overpeaked 3 people wrapping Moto and died before Sin could rotate. In that situation, if you have pit control as a CT, you just got to stay alive and wait for your team to get there to help you retake. Don't be afraid to let them plant the bomb. It's not a big deal. You know, just try to win the round. And I think he just kind of jumped the gun a bit there from pit and just kind of gave an easy kill to Mortality and puts in a tough 1v3 when it could have been a 2v3.
Well, you know,
so
things
one
like
little
that,
small thing there.
things like that tend to happen when you end up in a situation like this. 10-2, the overconfidence comes in, and you feel like you can kind of do anything and outskill the team. And there's the proof that maybe that's not always going to work. It's good to see Mortality finally on the board, 10-2. Look at this. The boost over smoke. Paul Newman's going to opt Sin. That's 1 player down from B. You're going to see Gormengo working his way over towards the B bomb site. One of the T's goes down. That's mainstream at A. And it looked like a really good
This flank, though.
Mortality. Yeah,
this flank from mainstream coming in. If he's careful with it and like times this just right, he can just completely shut this down. But Sick able to get the entry on the Gormengo, but here comes mainstream. Yep, and Adil is able to hold down the site for the other 2 there at triple. So there you have it. Just as soon as Mortality wins around, their money gets reset again. Luckily, they still do have some bank here, so they can still force some drops, but there's going to be some guys on Tech 9s now.
Newman had that sick op pick on B site. The problem is they just delayed so long. I mean, the one player, the obvious player, you've always got to get the one who rotates over when somebody dies on B site, just the way it is. But then they had an even game, right? 2-2. Pick a site, go for it. And they delayed and allowed mainstream to just go ahead and sneak up behind them. So frustrating for Mortality. One round to go after this before we hit halftime. This is a disappointing T side.
I mean, if they can win out 11-4, I've definitely seen teams be able to put up, you know, double digits on the CT side to make this game closer, maybe still even get a win or an OT. So it's not out of the question, but you definitely, if you're Mortality and you can't find any more rounds here, you got to be disappointed. I mean, I know this map is CT sided, but you've got to give yourself a chance. You got to be able to put up at least 5 rounds on the board, if not 6, to really have a chance to win. And they're not anywhere near that right now. And they're already 3v5 this round.
Yeah, it's really looking bad, especially when you see that you've got players. CT's already rotated into Arch. That's going to be an op. Compliments of Sin taking 1 down. It's just up to Paul Newman. I mean, he didn't stand a chance. It really doesn't matter what
they barely even lost any HP that round. I mean, it was a flawless victory, and Todar barely even took health. Yeah.
12-2 is the score. First map, Mortality eSports losing. That's really disappointing because this is their map pick. You typically expect the team to do a little bit better when they pick the map that they want to play on Inferno. Simply not the case. This is round 15. You got to buy everything you can. And look at Mortality. Nothing but Tech 9's armor. You got one guy, Shinobi, with the Galil. Trying to do what they can. It's going to be a B rush. And Sin not having any of it. Gets the first pick with the off. And CT's back off because, you know what? It's their game. They just have to wait and let the T's, who are understaffed and under-equipped, make a move.
Yeah, I mean, this is really tough for Mortality here. They just have these 4 members left, 3 of them with just Tech 9s, and yeah, sure, if you can close the distance with those things, they can still definitely, you know, get you some frags. But it's just been a tough half for Mortality through and through. I feel like they've had a lot of chances to get rounds. They've had a lot of bomb plants. They've had a lot of post plant situations, even close number situations like 2v2s and such, but have only found 2 rounds the entire half. And they'll see if they can't make this round happen. Shinobi does get the entry at B, picks up an M4, spots one here at the garden and grabs that as well. So Shinobi has actually given his team a man advantage here with the bomb down. They keep chasing him. He just keeps getting frags. He's got 3 on the round all of a sudden.
That Molly, he damn near sets himself on fire. Look at this. Tease. Mainstream. He knows where one of them is. Gets one kill shot in the side of the face.
Wow.
A much needed round 15 victory for Mortality eSports. 12-3 right there. That was on the B bomb site. They really haven't had any success on B bomb site, so it's good to see that they could at least breach the site and do something there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really all on Shinobi, just being able to get that kill with the Galil. He was the one guy that had a rifle at the end of that round. He was able to put it to use and get a frag, pick up an M4, grab a couple of rotators and CT spawn, even wrapped around to grab the 4th kill to end the round. So
you saw Shinobi, he was getting flustered over there for a little while, and he pulls out the molly and damn near sets himself on fire. Like, he threw it and it bounced back in his face.
Yeah, I mean, he got caught off guard. Like, he pulled it out to block off rotators. Then there was a rotator right in his face all of a sudden. So rather than just like switch to his gun really quick, he just went ahead and let go of the incendiary. He already had the pin pulled on it. Just that can sometimes happen to us all, right? You know, just get caught with the nade out. And so but still wins the round. That's what's key. Mortality still, though, really far behind at 3-12. If they can't win pistol, it's probably still pretty much over. So yeah, this is definitely still a lot of pressure on Mortality to turn this thing around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Mortality better play one hell of a CT side over there. We saw their issues on T being kind of getting stalled on a few rounds. They played standard for, I think, way too many rounds, Dust. I mean, they did it. It didn't work. And then they kept on going and going and going. The only round that it worked was the first gun round. And after that, I think SiNister just adapted to what they were doing. So now the question is, switching over to CT side, are they going to do the same? Are they going to pick just a standard default setup and play it every single round? I mean, they don't have a lot to give up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, honestly, it really comes down to the pistol round first. Like, we may not even, it may not even matter what we're talking about as far as how gun rounds are going to go if Mortality can't fight or eco the second round or whatever. A pistol round victory pretty much means a W at this point for SiNister, unless Mortality makes some type of crazy comeback on the gun round. So, yeah, I think we should just kind of focus on the now, and then we'll get to the strategy if we ever get to see it.
We'll see. Yeah, we very well might not. You know, if I was Mortality, maybe I'd call some crazy thing that could cost me the round and get really aggressive here, because they have to win this round. Pistols underway out of the gate. Let's see where the bomb goes. 3 CTs, Russian banana. Maybe something a little bit crazy. Ideal's going to be the first one. Boom, one tapped over there. That's a critical, huge win right there. Newman gets backed into a corner, and now you've got a 4 versus 3 situation. Bomb going to be taken into the B bomb site. The last defender's dead, and now it's up to a 2-man, 2 versus 3 retake, both coming from CT. One's going to wrap around. That's sick. From construction, they have no idea where these players are. One by banana. Shinobi gets a couple of shots, gets hit himself. His teammate 6 dead. Ooh, that's a nice shot. He's got entry 1v1. First mainstream. Star player, mainstream on top.
And see, that's the power of pistol rounds. When you see teams do this sometimes, it's really neat. You'll see someone who's going to be buying nades, like smoke flash, since they can't afford armor because they're going for nades. They can still pop out a Tech 9, and they'll pass it to someone who did buy armor. So all of a sudden, you have a guy with armor and a Tech 9. This is what actually Cloud9 does a lot with Shroud on T pistol rounds. They'll let Shroud buy armor, and they'll drop him a Tech 9. And then someone else will be getting smokes and flashes and whatnot to execute whatever tactic you want to put out there. And that's kind of what you saw that round. And look what it yields. It yields him being able to get 4 kills on the round because he has that Tech 9 armor combo against a bunch of USPs and such. So that was definitely damning.
SiNister just absolutely on fire. Yeah, they got wrecked by Mortality earlier in the season on Overpass, and this time dominating tonight. Grenade Take Sick down, giving SiNister the advantage. They can do anything they want. And look at this. We've got players rotating fully out of the B bomb site. Fully out of the site. 3 Ts, that's going to be SiNister, working their way up with the bomb towards B. They can do anything. They don't know it yet. There's one kill over here at Apartments. They got that A pick. Luckily for them, they choose not to walk the bomb towards A. They get to walk in, take B site for free, and Mortality remains fully stacked, blissfully unaware of this situation.
Yeah, I mean, they went ahead and armored up and got pistols and stuff, but you got to gamble in situations like this if you want to try to steal around, and unfortunately, just the gamble stack didn't work out for him here on the A side of the map, and it will be 14-3 in favor of SiNister, and likely Mortality won't really be able to buy much to contend for SiNister when they go for map point. I'm sure they'll buy what they can to contend for it, rather than just trying to play 12 rounds in a row for OT instead. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just up to them. I mean, I guess you could take a full save, let them get to map point, and make sure you get a full comfortable buy round 4 of the half, and just try to make the crazy 12-round comeback to force OT. But we'll just have to see what their thought process is. I mean, Vice at least saved the 5-7 in head armor, so that can be useful next round.
Well, the score's 14-3. Just to recap, this is Inferno, the map picked by Mortality eSports. Our next map coming up very soon is going to be Mirage. Map number 2, our overtime map, should it come to it, is Dust 2. Of course, Mirage, your map picked by SiNister. And you see kind of a light buy going on by Mortality eSports. Check it out. You got a nice shotgun in the hands of Ye working Apartments. That could be big. I mean, if he just gets a couple of kills, it could set his team up for a pretty solid, impressive buy on match point. We fully expect Mortality, to suffer here going against a heavily bought Team SiNister, rocking the Galeals. P90.
Yeah, it just all depends on what they can do with what they got. I mean, Ye is playing kind of a crazy angle with a Nova, but I guess he was out a little bit too far to eat a bunch of free damage down to 19 HP, so he's not going to be able to do much. Here comes the mid take here from SiNister, sending a lot of numbers up the lane. Also, mainstream going to be coming out of the Apartments. Maybe he gets caught by Ye, doesn't pay attention to his right, but Ye does come out. He gets it. As you said, they do have a 5v4, but I mean, that's a lot of health being taken away from Ye in the Apartments, and we have a deal holding off that banana rotation quite well. So they still have a lot of map control here for SiNister.
The call's made. Look at this. Bombs going towards B bomb site. And again, as chat called it, the noob rotation. Everybody walks away from B bomb site. One's going to rotate back in, maybe recalling the mistake from the previous round. That's sick. Single-handedly holding B bomb site. Everybody else backed off. Arch, CT. Now the B take is underway. A deal. Man on point. Peeks around the corner. 6 going to be dead. Bomb. Oh, look at this. Shinobi gets a little bit too aggressive. He's going to get taken down by a deal. Bomb is down. And the kills come in. 15-3. We're on match point.
Yeah, and I mean, Mortality, once again, not going to be able to put together a whole lot. Very similar buy to what they had last round. And I mean, this is just what happens. I mean, you get thrashed, in the first half. When you're playing T-side, you can't get anything going. Like I said, they only got 3 rounds on T-side. That's just not enough. And especially whenever you lose pistol in the second half. All of a sudden, you're in this boat you're in right now where it's
no
map
money
point and you have no money. Yeah, exactly. So it's a tough situation to be in, and a very, very hard to see Mortality find a way out of this.
Oh, Sin gets flashed. That's just... That was a good move right there, but... wow, Sin, mainstream, both shut down. 3v3. What happened here? The odds are suddenly favoring Team SiNister. Oh, that's right.
Just a little unorthodox.
They're winning.
Yeah, I mean... the aggression coming out there from Mortality, trying to be unorthodox and catch people. And Ye did catch an aggressive push peek there in the Apartments with that FAMAS, but it is a 3-on-3 still, and they don't check the sandbags. Vice has a shot to make something happen with this Mag 7, and he will. A deal just kind of relentlessly sprays and doesn't take his time there. That just allows Vice to keep repeaking and get it. Todar, nice flush out of the fire there to grab it. Now it's back to a 2v2, so we keep going tit for tat here. And what could be the final round of the map, but Mortality trying to hold on.
Yeah, you got 2 AK-47s versus a FAMAS and a Scout, and look at Ye here. He's got 12 health all alone. T's working their way up banana towards B bomb site, and again, look at what happened. Ye fully rotates off. He's sold on the concept that it's got to be A this time. No, the bomb going to get planted at B behind Fountain. Both players kind of stacked a little tightly. Newman all alone with the scout. It's Shinobi's scout. He's going to hold his position, wait on the teammate to come in. He's actually getting a little bit aggressive here, trying to take some ground, maybe narrow down those spots. Let's see what happens. Gormango, Todor.
At least they now know where everyone is. Yeah, they know where these terrorists are now. There's no doubt.
Oh, the flash! Full blind.
Nicely done. And I mean, that's just with the flank that came in there at the end from Ye. They knew exactly where the terrorists were. I mean, with Paul Newman coming from CT spawn in the construction, he had already cleared all that out. Banana was cleared out by Ye. So, I mean, they knew it was a backhouse crossfire. So that helps you out when you know exactly where they're playing. And then from there, just able to kind of work into that crossfire appropriately. And they do win around. And look, they pick up a couple of AKs. People are starting to be able to buy M4. So now, you know, fully bought up. See, the problem is that it only takes one mistake for Mortality to lose this game. I mean, they have to win 11 rounds in a row. They have to be flawless for 11 rounds.
That's really
if they want to close this out.
Very interesting. Mortality eSports, they only picked up their first CT side win here on Inferno on an Eco Force buy. That says a lot about what they can do. Finally, they have money. So I'd say maybe we're going to see at least a couple of rounds going towards Mortality eSports. Of course, being able to sustain that momentum and make the money last is a real challenge at this point. They can't give up a single round or else it's going to be good game, good night.
I mean, at this point, you know, money isn't really a factor for Mortality unless they win a round, but they lose a lot of players in the process and they can't rebuy a lot. Which, you know, around like this, for example, where some guys are at $0 if they die and they give up their gun, even if they win the round, like maybe they can only get a FAMAS or something next time around if they win armor. So, yeah, at that point, the economy comes into play. But at this point, it's really just more about Mortality. Like I said, just not being able to afford to make any more slip-ups. They have to win out if they want to force an overtime here. The pressure's definitely on them, whereas SiNister, they just have to punch in one more round, and I'm sure they're feeling confident they can do that at some point.
It's going to be an A-wrap. Bomb
nice
pushes into Arch towards B. B has been so successful for SiNister on T side, and again, they're going just a different route. They walk in. I think Paul Newman's finally figuring it out as he rotates in through library. Little does he know, someone is waiting on him, and Mainstream backs him up, and there's the kill. Now walking in, Shinobi in one of these crazy spots you don't think to check. It's a 2K, is unable to hold him off all the way. B-side should, holy crap.
Yeah, Vice just made a big play there from behind the triple box there on the edge of the smoke, able to find 2 kills. Gormango gonna get in here, but that rotation, Ye was at Banana, ready for that, and Mortality holds it off there. You know, nice pop flash there from Paul Newman to do a lot of damage over there on that arch side. And also Shinobi, at least able to hold him off a little bit there from construction, though I think he kind of rushed that last spray down he did, and he could have had another kill if he would have been a bit more patient. But either way, Mortality do close out another round. They actually forced SiNister onto a save, so maybe round number 6 is coming for him right now. But they still have a long road to travel to put this in overtime.
Very impressive work by Vice right there, getting that 2K. I was kind of counting them out, thinking the bomb site was easily going to go down. Not the case. Look, Eco, rush into B site, do something. They're pushing through smoke, too. 3 of the CTs already get cut down. Vice with a pistol. Wow. Oh, my goodness. It's all nice over shots. That fast.
Yeah, those are some nice shots with the P250 there from Vice. Got a quad kill on the round. I mean, it's just an Eco mop-up. You smoke a tight choke point and force terrorists through it. You're going to have a good time if you're sitting on the other side of it as a CT at Banana, but... you know, it was really Vice hitting some nice shots there at the end with the P250 especially to lock it down.
To be fair, though, I mean, it was a total save round right there for Team SiNister. It was so they could have the money now. Look, they're fully bought out. They don't have quite as many grenades as they might want, so I think they're going to have to just pick one site and go for it. Not sure if Mortality is quite tuned into what the economy looks like for SiNister at this point, but we'll see. Sin has an op in his hands. He is the star opper for Team SiNister. Let's see how he's doing in the scoreboard. Not so great, 16-4 and 13. So he has been leading his team. Instead, that's Mainstream, star of Team SiNister. Making the entry kill. That's his job. Ye goes down. And still very slow, cautious play for SiNister.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have the pick. Now you're forcing CTs to rotate. You're forcing them to get concerned. You're putting the pressure on them. So you don't need to just jump on something immediately. This is just, you know, exercising map control and giving yourself a numbers advantage whenever you actually go for the execute. And later on, you know, having better numbers, hopefully, if the execute goes well, whenever that retake comes in. So this is SiNister playing smart. You know, what can I say? But Shinobi has rotated Arch. He has a chance to make a play here as he peeks out with this M4. He's only able to get one. Nice trade out there from Mainstream.
Oh, Newman's kind of in a bad position. He chucks fire out.
They just bypass it, though. It's all up to Vice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw such big plays by Vice in the past. He's going to back off by Tree. I think they know where he is, though.
Oh, of
Drops.
course.
Yep. Lines himself.
What?
Not good. Somehow still alive. Gets a kill before Sin
Wow.
finishes the job. He held him off long enough to bring the rotators in a little bit, though. But there's
Yeah,
that
he stayed
slow.
alive a lot longer than expected there because of that flash. That was definitely a big heads-up play, but now it's a 2v3 retake. What can they do? A deal alone here at Construction. Smartly rotates off, realizing that he just needs to play the numbers game here and get next to his teammates.
Well,
We'll see if they can do the retake.
He's going to peek the corner.
Yeah, that was
There it
nicely
is.
done. He knew Sick was focused in on that player triple, and he just peeks out and catches him off guard. So really well done there. And so you are going to see SiNister take it 16-6. I mean, honestly, they're man. It was really just mostly them having a monster CT side, Mortality not having much luck on the first half of the map, and then when you win pistol second half on top of that, you're up 13-3. Your team has to basically save out to map point, are very tight force buys. There isn't much, quality to them, and that's it.
Yeah, that's exactly what the case was right there. 16-6. I kind of wish that we would have seen a little bit more work on CT side from Mortality, because once they actually got that win, they were able to sustain a little bit of momentum. And yeah, they slipped up one round. The real question that's going to be on my mind is what would that have looked like going forward? That's only the first map in this best of 3 tonight, though. It was Mortality's map choice, though. Now we're going to move on to SiNister's choice, which is Mirage. Should Mortality take the win right here, we're going to then move on to the overtime map of Dust 2. Now, Mirage, we don't have a whole lot of data on how these teams play, but I can go ahead and look at their records here. SiNister, one of their only losses was on Mirage, and that was to Team District 7. It was actually a 9-16 loss, and that's about it. If we take a look at Mortality's record, their only 3 losses was actually an overtime loss to Enemy GG, which is #1 ranked team, 16-19. So they both lost matches on Mirage here, but only one.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a whole lot of data to go off of, right? To think about how these teams actually play this map. So it's a mystery, really, what'll happen here. But with it being a pick from SiNister out of all the maps that are left in the pool after their own ban, their opponent's ban, they must feel confident on it, if they picked it. And I would say that unlike Inferno, where it can be very, very hard to get rounds on the T side, it's one of the hardest maps in the pool right now to get rounds on the T side, if not the hardest. I think Mirage has a lot more opportunities for Terrace to make plays, in which the side choice won't be as big of a deal here, with SiNister having to start T side first on the map. But we'll just have to see what happens, I guess. Like I said, very limited data on these teams. With them being like amateur teams, it's really hard to know how they play most things. So we'll just have to kind of really play it by ear and just call it like we see it, rather than trying to make these crazy predictions with limited data. So with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with map 2.
Thanks.